We're going to help you pass your New Zealand driving theory test using the free road code quizzes at drivingtests.co.nz. Today we'll look at the emergencies section. There are 16 questions in total, and we'll break them down into 2 videos with 8 questions in each. These are the second 8 questions. Be sure to check the link at the end of this video to see the other part. What will happen if you have a front tyre blowout? Now, when the tyre blows out, what happens is that the ability for the wheel to keep turning is reduced. So the wheel that is still inflated rolls quite easily. A wheel that's flat doesn't roll very easily, and it's also a smaller diameter. So the front end will pull towards the side of the blowout. You are driving past a line of parked cars. You notice a ball bouncing out into the road ahead. What should you do? A ball bouncing out is likely to be kids playing. Anticipate that a child might dash out from behind a car and run out in front of your car. So it's best to keep on your side of the road and stop safely until you can see whether there is actually a child there and whether they're waiting for you to come through, and then you can proceed. Who can put a blue accident sign up? In this case, it's only a police officer that can do this. And remember that if you see a blue accident sign, then your speed limit is 20 kilometers an hour through that accident zone. What will happen if you have a rear tyre blowout? Now, this is a little bit more difficult to think about than a front tyre blowout. With a front tyre blowout, the car just pulls to the side of the vehicle that the blowout is on. With a rear tyre blowout, initially the car will pull to the side that the blowout is on, but when it gets so far, it will then swing back the other way. So the back end sways from side to side in a rear tyre blowout. What must you do if glass falls onto the road from your vehicle? Check all that apply. So you need to stop and remove the glass yourself if it can be done quickly and safely. And you also need to tell the police if you can't remove it because you're physically incapacitated. The reason is because glass is dangerous. Broken glass can puncture tyres, and this is especially bad for cyclists and motorcyclists that only have the 2 tyres. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down on a motorway? Check all that apply. So it's dangerous for you to stand on the motorway and flag down a passing driver to help. You should open your boot and bonnet because this indicates to people that you're having trouble. You put your hazard warning lights on, as this is another way of indicating that you're having trouble. And cell phones can be used, or a motorway phone, in order to call for help. And you should move your vehicle as far away from the flow of traffic as possible. What should you do if you're driving and become sleepy? Select all that apply. Now, most people here will think, oh, I'll open the window to get some fresh air. Well, fresh air really doesn't make that much difference at all. So open the window is not the right answer. As soon as you're feeling tired, pull over as soon as possible to a safe place, and then take a short nap. You don't want to take a nap that's too long, because if you take a nap that's too long, it will make you very, very drowsy when you wake up. So 15 to 20 minutes is ideal. After you've woken up, wait 10 minutes before you start driving again. This is to clear any residual grogginess or drowsiness after you've woken up. You can have a quick walk around the car as well to help with this. And you shouldn't speed up to keep your brain more active. If you're already feeling tired, then your reactions are diminished, and so speeding up makes it more dangerous. What should you do if an ambulance comes up behind you flashing red lights or sounding its siren? So if you stop quickly, then you could cause the ambulance to take evasive action, and ambulances aren't as nimble as cars. If you maintain your speed, you're forcing the ambulance driver to have to overtake you, and you will be holding the ambulance up, and the ambulance is on the way to an emergency. If you speed up, then you'll undoubtedly be breaking the speed limit because ambulances will often travel above the speed limit when they're on the way to an emergency. So the correct answer is to pull over to the left and slow down or stop if necessary. And this reduces the amount of time that it takes for the ambulance to overtake you, so it shortens the time exposed to danger. Now remember, when you've finished your test, to recommend us on Facebook, to +1 us on Google, or to tweet us, and then go and have a go at a different test.